You smell that? It smells like a new season. Welcome back, everyone. I hope you had a great week, and I hope I can make it better for you. Today, we look at an RPG called Small Saga, developed by one developer, Daria Nogani. After watching a video of a rat and a cat fighting, I knew I had to get this game, and to be honest, I wasn't disappointed. But anyway, let's look at this brilliant JRPG, Small Saga. I want to preface before we start the video that I'm not keen on the whole pronouns thing, so please, don't at me too much. I'm just not really keen on it. I don't know too much about it, so I apologize. Small Saga began as a passion project in early 2018 when London-based developer Daria Nogani set out to build a turn-based RPG from scratch. The inspiration for the game and artwork came from co-creating Aviary Attorney. She designed every facet herself: the story, the art, the music, and combat systems, and even the scripting tools to pick that put this game all together. In mid-2019, she launched a Kickstarter campaign exceeding the goal, and over the next few years, Nogani refined the world, built custom dialogue and event editors, and balanced each boss fight to feel strategic without requiring endless grinding. That sole effort culminated in the November 16, 2023 release on PC and Mac. Small Saga begins under the streets of London known as the Underriver, where there are two rats, Lance and Verm, and they are searching for food. As they journey onto the store in hopes to grab sunflower seeds for, I assume, their family for the winter, during the excavation, a huge human-like presence opens the door and goes after the duo. Verm, in mid-escape, gets his tail stuck on the mousetrap, and Lance, in a desperate attempt to stop the god, takes him head-on to become a sacrifice. Holy fetch, this got dark real quick-like. Verm reaches for his sword to cut off his tail to escape the god and live to fight another day. The game then fast forwards to a new season where Verm appears to be a changed rat and has a new weapon, the Titan Reaper. He fights a tiger or a cat, and the cat gets the best of him as a mole appears named Soibon, trying to help out a rat friend, and takes him to the kingdom. In the Mole Kingdom, we learn that Soibon is the heir to the royal family, but Soibon does not want to just be a run-of-the-mill mole and wants a greater purpose. She and Verm head out together as she now becomes a black mage with a lighter Soibon has. They take out the cat and then they head off to a far off place, getting to the gates of Merida. And to get in there, they have to go through a roundabout way because this asshole won't let me through! Yeah, just to let y'all know, Thomas sucks. Along the way we meet Bruce, who is more of a theater performer instead of a fighter. They fight their way to Merida's city of Rotanania. Geek out moment time, geek out moment time! Oh my gosh, look at this cool place, all the scenery, the fishing, the corridor, the castle. This is so sick. Side quests and puzzling people. I love this. Yeah, the world building from this town alone is just insane. I'm not gonna lie, when I saw this, I was pretty blown away for reals. This is really well done. Bruce heads to the pub to seek help for a job and to find his boyfriend. The job is to figure out how to rob the Duke Josh. During this time, Soibon studies the books while the king and the royal subjects study our heroes. After this, Bruce, Soibon, and Verm head out to go rob Duke Josh, and the other two are still trying to find information on the gods. In the Sky Garden, Bruce and his boyfriend get sent to the dungeon after Duke Josh sends them there. From here we meet Gwen, a rat growing up in labs and used as experiments. Ugh, the dark past. If y'all couldn't tell, she's definitely one of my favorite characters in this game. Her and Bruce find their weapons and try to escape. During that time, Verm and Soibon make it to the Sky Garden to seek help of Duke Josh and help Bruce and Gwen escape the dungeon. Where all four head out to, I guess, like the Tree of Knowledge or something. I'm not quite sure what this tree is called. They go in and learn more about the past of Rotanania and have a boss fight. After they fight, they use the owls to infiltrate the Sky Garden again and defeat Duke Josh and his royal subjects in pretty brutal fashion. Oh, this gerbil is angry. Holy cow. He's angry! The four head back to Merida, and upon getting there, get stopped by Leo, who challenges Verm. And let's just say Verm
sleeps with the fishes.
Another season passes, and now Soibon has become the Plague Master's sidekick, while she learns more about the gods and Rotanania's past. While the kingdom and town are at a boiling point, Soibon heads to the Sky Garden and hopes to find Verm, but instead finds Bruce and Gwen. But they've only found Verm's weapon, and that's it so far. The three split paths while Gwen and Soibon try to find answers in the lab. Bruce heads to Vinium, a town that specializes in arena battles. From there he finds Verm, who's been relegated to a mushroom farmer. Bruce and Verm eventually fight off the gauntlet with one of the coolest boss fights in this game, I might add. The gang reaches Verm and Bruce, where Gwen gives Verm a tail and a new weapon. and after catching up and some chit-chat, the gang heads back to Merida, where Gwen and Verm talk about the past and things that make them vulnerable. I'll come back to this later. Sully Bond goes back to the Plague Master, where we learn the true understanding of what's going to happen to Merida and all of Rodania, as the next time a god goes to the city, the prophecy will come true and destroy the city. Also, a bomb that the Plague Master wants to set off in case the prophecy doesn't come true. The gang gets the city's inhabitants to help out in the fight to take control of the city. The team stops the bomb from going off, and Verm and Leo fight again, where the plot truly peaks here. Verm finally defeats him as the team heads out to the train station to take on the god, where the final showdown begins. Verm and the gang take out the god and save the city, where there is a discussion of a new leader, and they decide the people should lead themselves. I have more thoughts on this later. Plot-wise, I really did enjoy what I got out of Small Saga. The plot was short and made me want more, but it works for what it is. My hope is that someday we get a sequel or even another game like this, but I can't lie to you that normally a JRPG could take me a couple of hours to get sucked in, but this game, the opening was enough. Watching Lance get wrecked like that really made me get into this game to the point where I couldn't put it down till I beat it. And additionally, I really enjoyed all the characters, but quite frankly, none of them besides Gwen, Verm, and the Plague Master really gave me a legitimate reason to want to do anything for them. Although I'm happy that they are good support characters that help out their friends no matter what, such as Bruce finding Verm, I just find that the other two really don't have backstories to really justify me really wanting to help them at all. And as far as the elephant in the room, the sexuality of the characters, I'm really neutral on this. Like, yeah, is it necessary to be in the plot? No, not really, but at the same time, the plot doesn't revolve around the sexuality of these characters. In fact, I think the sexuality of these characters was mentioned maybe 2 or 3 times in the game, but here's the thing, the sexuality of the characters is not the reason why I love them. I think, for example, Gwen is supposed to be bisexual, I believe. I'm not quite sure, that's just what I read on the internet. It doesn't really say in the game. But honestly, her being bisexual doesn't give or take away her badassery. She's just a really good character. If the LGBTQ plus equation is why you like this game, well then great! I want more people to play this game because it's awesome. In my opinion, there's other reasons to like the game, but that's just me. The only real issue I have with the plot is the end. Look, man, the part where Verm finds inner peace and leaves the city is fine. However, the fact that you just leave the people to run the city is completely preposterous to me, in my opinion. So you're telling me that the people who had a hard time coexisting in the first place are just going to coexist?
Right.
I'm all for freedom. In fact, that's why I love the United States, for that very reason. You have to have freedom, but you have to want to have a leader who could deal with the not fun stuff. This part really bothered me because it's like, wait, you're just going to take the lazy way out and not figure out who's going to be the leader of these people? And you're just going to leave them there? That's ridiculous. Like, come on, man, this is almost a middle finger to the plot that was really, really good. But besides that, like I said, the plot is really, really good and unique. In some cases, you forget these characters are rats for 6 hours and just play a stinking video game. It's been a while since I felt that feeling, so really good on the developer of this game. Gameplay-wise, this game is really simple, but it's so good. Unlike regular RPGs, you fight encounters when the plot is ready for you to fight the encounters. And you do not have regular random encounters or limitless encounters. It really is just mostly bosses, and really all the battles are epic and so freaking sick. My favorite is the lab scientist one because it makes you feel like a god destroying this guy. Really, the core stats go up when you defeat a boss. When you defeat an enemy, you gain a level up. It's menu based, but it's from the back perspective, and it really acts like something like Bravely Default because you can defend to add another diamond to your turn, or to make your spells more powerful, or to have better attacks. The level up gives you stat gain instead of the traditional level up system, but keeping the traditional values intact with a grid system. You could pick your build with your characters. I went on to make 2 physical attackers gain bleeding, which is the most broken ability in this game, and let me be honest, if you inflict bleeding on an opponent with just one character, you'll win each time. But with 2 characters, it's just nonsense. I never got touched after that. For the other 2, I mean, I had Bruce spruce up his diamond game for more opportunities to heal, and Sully Bond had more magic attack, and really, I was just unbeatable by the end of the game. There wasn't really any enemy that could touch me, so yeah. Music and sounds, I really don't have to say a ton. I really love the little jingles when selecting the menus and talking to people, and the soundtrack is just great. I don't know if the developer was the one who made the soundtrack herself, but really, whoever did the soundtrack for this game really did a great job. Every piece is just stunningly awesome. I mean, with this first episode of this season coming to an end, I just gotta say Small Saga is one of the best JRPGs I've ever played. Really good graphics, excellent music, and a plot that's really good, but I do feel like it's like a good sub, but at the end you get bread. I just feel like the ending is something to be desired, but I digress about that. And I gotta be honest with this game, I really like that this game has something for everybody. I hope we get more games from the developer Nogani, because she's a brilliant developer. And with that, thanks for stopping by. I'll see you next time.